everybody, and welcome back to Remedaut. This is Exonerated, and I've been doing lots and lots of research. When I left off last, we kind of reviewed some things we did, and we started in on Thaumcraft. Now, I spent a lot of time researching, and you can see I've got lots of different V over here. But what I'm finding is that my wand has a bit of a limitation. See, iron-capped wands only hold 25 of each element, and a lot of times when I'm crafting, I need more than that. So we're going to upgrade our wand to gold-capped wands, and then this way we can actually go through and we're short on fire. All right, let's look for fire real quick. I thought I had enough. Let's bring up our, is it this? Nope, it's this. No. What was my map? That's a good question. I can't remember what my map is. Oh, well, I know there's one over here. Basically, what we need to do is go through and get a little bit of fire into this wand, so that we can craft what we need to craft. Ooh, there's a new one. That's a new node. And there's definitely some fire in that. Let's go ahead and mark that one on our map. Fire and air. You'll find that the more you mess with Thaumcraft, the more these nodes pop up all over the place also. So make sure we didn't kill it. We didn't totally, hopefully. In fact, I noticed over here, was it here? Yeah, I noticed over here I had an eerie node. Well, the biome was eerie, rather. I know this is loading slow. But come to find out, there was a sinister node that just popped up here. I mean, that sort of thing is random, but I took my opportunity and destroyed it. And hopefully that won't spread any further. Once you get taint in your area, it's impossible to get rid of, so... Alright, let's see here. We should have enough fire now to make our gold wand. And we do. And why does it say 25? I thought that was 50. Oh, well, that's disappointing. Okay, alright. So, well, at least we can get more bang for our buck. See, this one, every time we use it, costs us 110. And this one doesn't have a penalty, so we'll have to further expand our research here. Okay, so I've been playing around with the Thaumanomicon, and I did some research into alchemy, and I just started buying up things here. We've got a void jar, we've got some Essentia tubes, some advanced Essentia tubes, and this new thing that I've never messed with yet called essential crystallization. Where basically you go through and you convert Essentia into a liquid, and then you pipe it somehow into this thing, and it makes, it'll take an item like, say, let's say, for instance, this table has Instrumentum, Cognito, and Arbor in it, and it'll break it down into its elements, and then it'll feed each of the elements into the crystallizer here, and then it'll take those and make individual elements. So you no longer have to have all these compounds. You can actually have like individual elements. So I want to work a little bit on this Essentia distillation today, mostly because I want to start working towards, I don't see it. I want to start working towards our table, our arcane something or another. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank here. But basically, I want to be able to set up an arcane pedestal and start researching how to go through and do research with the pedestal and combine all this V that we capture in an arcane construct. And in order to do that, we're going to have to expand that, like I was saying, some of our knowledge here. So the best way to get underway with that, I think, is probably to work on Essentia distillation. We need a crucible if we're going to make some arcane workbenches. So let's put down, what is that, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bang. We'll just stockpile a couple of these. Have I scanned this? I have not. So we'll put down a couple of these and we'll use them to kind of get started. And we'll start working towards what we really want, which is that altar that I was talking about. The infusion altar is what it is. Okay, so the first thing we need is an arcane workbench. And for that we need a furnace, some arcane stone block, which is real simple. I've crafted a bunch of those. You pick any shard, surround it with smooth stone. Oops. And then our crucible. And do we need... Yep, that's got to be in our workbench. So let's go ahead and grab a furnace. And I'll just grab the 60 I got in there. And let's toss one of those there. One of those somewhere in there. And right there. And do I have enough? That's going to be the magic question. And I do. Okay, cool. So now we've got our alchemical furnace. Now what this does is this takes a fuel and it cooks off a material and breaks it down into its elements. So for instance, we were talking about this table here having instrumentum, cognito, and arbor. Well, if you put one of those in here and it cooks it up, it will release those three V into some what's called arcane alembics. And that is the next part. These are the arcane alembics, and they're real easy to craft, but we need a V filter, and for that we need some silver wood. Let's see what our status is on silver wood. Oh, I got plenty. All right, so we're gonna need some planks. Grab some of that, and I think we're gonna need some gold. I'll grab a stack and some buckets. Oops, I'll grab a stack. And let's get over here to our crafting table. Actually, let's check out our book. So the first thing we need are these V filters, and they require silver wood planks. And you get 2 for every plank. All right, I've made some planks. Let's see if we can't get 5. All right. We'll do that. We got our 10. Well, we got a couple anyway. Let's see. So we got our V filters. Now we're going to need to apply it with some iron, gold, and a bucket to make an arcane alembic. And so I think we'll do 3. Whoops, we'll drop one off. There we go. And now we need iron. I did not grab iron. Grab a stack because we have plenty of iron. And how does it go? Like this? No? Check that recipe out again. Oh, we need gold in the corner. And let's see, how are we doing? We are out of water. We are out of water V for that. So let's grab both of these ones, and actually let me take a small break. I'm gonna go ahead and refill them both. That way you guys don't have to wait. And when I come back, we'll craft our arcane alembics. Okay, I'm back. So I can find my map. Yay! We got a pretty cool overview of the base, which I really hadn't taken the time to look at. But yeah, so apparently in the Crackpad, X is the map. Z to zoom. But really it just needs to be all the way out. You might be able to tell also by my mini map in the corner, there is a ton of new waypoints, and they are all now nodes. I found a ton of nodes while I was searching. Anyway, I went through and filled up both the gold and the iron wand. And let's go ahead and get all 3 of these Arcane Alembics. And they're real easy. We're just going to pile them up top. And then that way we don't have to worry about them. What will happen again is we put stuff in here, it'll burn it off and send it up to the top. Let's grab coal. We'll burn up some of this charcoal first. Okay. Now what we want to do, oops, wrong thing, is we want to get some Essentia tubes, and this is a gold nugget, a quicksilver drop, and some iron. Now see, there are the regular Essentia tubes, then there's some valves, but over here I found advanced Essentia tubes. Okay, well let's try making those real quick. I need some iron. I need iron. I know I need gold nuggets. I have that right there. Let's try quicksilver. I think, yep, I can do that. And that'll be quick and easy. Alright, let's put that. Oh, do I have any glass? I forgot the glass. Let's grab glass. Alright, cool. So let's make some of this. I believe it's, well, first we want to take these ingots, or these nuggets out rather. Let's put that there. That there. We want glass on either side. I think I did that right. And a filter in the middle. Whoops. Nope, glass and then iron in the on the outside. Okay, cool. Wrong item. Alright, and iron on the outside. And bam, there's 40 Essentia tube, which is good. That gets us a pretty good head start. And then we want to make advanced Essentia tubes. How do we do that? We add a V filter. Wait, no, that's a filtered one. Oh, I see. Okay, so there's different types of Essentia tubes. Well, we can just use the normal one. That's fine. But we're not totally worried about that yet. We want to make some warded jars. So let's go dump off our stuff here. And let's see, for warded jars. Warded jar. I have to pull my book up here. It is panes and a slab. Alright. So let's dump this. We'll dump that off too. I don't know what I was grabbing. Glass panes. And a slab. We gotta use wood, I think. Let's craft always a stack. Gimme, 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 gimme. That'll be plenty. And let's put these over here and see what we can get. This plus this. We have insufficient V in one of our wands, so we're going to use our iron one. We're not going to get as many out of it, but that's okay. And so now what we want to do is kind of lay out our jars. And we want them to hold each of them a different V. Now, I believe there's a total of like 43, 44 V. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to start with this. So what we need again is a catalyst. We got that with our charcoal. And let's see, what can we burn off first that might be really good? Let's burn off some of these essences here. I'm going to dump off these blocks and some of this other stuff for now. Let's do this. We're keep these vials on our hot bar. And let's dump that ink, the glass, the paper. We'll dump that for the time being. We'll dump that. We'll grab a crucible later. Okay, and then in our tool pouch, let's go ahead and dump off some of these other materials. We don't need that for the time being. And back in here, we don't need the bucket. Okay, cool. So let's see. What are we going to burn off? Let's burn off something that could produce lots of different materials. Let's see if we have anything that we can find that'll do that. Let's see. Water comes from all kinds of plants. Water's always a good one. Wood is an easy one. That one's kind of a no-brainer. The more complicated I think the item is, the more of the items. There's some really cool new ones I haven't seen either, like Decidia. That's a new V for me. Let's see, Infernus was one I've never seen. Ira is one I've never seen, which I guess this is like anger, which makes sense with weapons and fire. And then, of course, Inferno with fire and magic. Gula is a new one with hunger and vacuous. So it's like gluttony, I guess. Let's see. There were definitely a couple that just kind of caught me off guard. Oh, Superbia, which is air and, flight and vacuous. That's one I've never seen. That's pretty much it so far. What gives good compounds? Let's do, I remember, I know in the deconstruction table, crafting tables are good. Let's look at what we want to do before we decide what we're going to cook up, because we're going to need to work our way towards, we get the deconstruction table. We're going to need to work our way towards being able, as in Artifice, to do some of these other things that require the arcane stones being put into the table. Infusion right here. This is what we need. And there it is. Alright, cool. So we can get infusion actually, but we need a stronger wand. So let's look at our wand real quick. We're going to go over here. Thaumaturgy. Great wood. Let's click on that. Great wood allows us to store up to 50 V of each. We only need 3 Perdido, and I believe we have some great wood in here. So let's do that. And let's grab some more gold. We want to use gold caps if we can. Alright. Was it logs or was it planks? It was logs. There's a great wood rod. There's 1. There's 2 caps. And let's do this gold cap great wood wand. See if that gets us. Yep, capacity of 50. Cool. So there's our increased capacity. And then, of course, we want silver wood, but I think the silver wood wand core has to be made on that infusion table. And, of course, there are other wand caps, including this one right here, which is thaumium, which is something I haven't even started looking at yet, but you can do magical metallurgy, and that's where we get the ability to make Thaumcraft, or to thaumium, I mean, sorry. We're kind of all over the place with this mod, but I'm so excited to get into the fusion altar that, that I'm kind of like racing through it. But let's see here. We need infusion, and we need 40 ordo to even craft that runic matrix. Let's see, some of these pedestals. Okay, we only need air. We can do some of those. Earlier I made some arcane blocks. Arcane. There we go. And these are going to be, I think I have it. Yep, that's arcane pedestals. And we're going to need 7 of those. Let's burn up our gold wand first. We're not going to get very many of them. But that's okay. There we go. There's our pedestals. These are kind of the start for our infusion altar also. So I'm going to go ahead and place those over. Let's see. How do I want to do this? We want our infusion altar in the middle, maybe? The middle wouldn't be so bad. Let's check out our light level. 13, 12, 12, 13, 14, 14. Okay, so 14 there, 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 and there. That means this spot right here is the absolute middle. And I know that because that's based on the torch pattern that I put. So let's see. We're going to need, if the center is here, we would need pedestal. Let's see. The runic matrix is here. That's a pedestal. That's a pedestal. That's a space. So one here. One here. One here. Same thing this way. And then we can put some more on this side. And I think that's how we make them. We don't have to craft them into anything, do we? No, that's pedestal. Yep, those are the right pedestals. Okay, so we'll need more. But basically, we'll have our setup here in the middle. We'll have pedestals around each side. And then we'll have to stabilize this. And I've got plenty of skulls to do that. Yeah, but I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. So let's talk about what we need to do next. Well, obviously, we can't get anywhere close to an infusion altar without a stronger wand, which I made a stronger wand with the Great Wood wand, with a gold band. But I don't think one wand is going to be enough to do what we need to do. So what I think I'm going to do is spend some time. Actually, I'm going to get another one. I think I'm going to spend some time filling up a couple of wands. Let's pull this out real quick. See if I can do this. Yep. Okay, cool. And I'm going to need 6 of these. No air in that one. There's no air in that one. Yeah, so I'm going to have to fill up these 2 wands in order to be able to make some gold-banded Greatwood wands. And then what I'm going to do is take all 4 of those that I'm setting up to craft. And because I got 3 more right here. And I'll take all 4 of those out and fill them up. And then we'll probably be able to progress with our altar. Once we get our altar set up, then we need to start working on how to get all of the V we need into these jars so that we don't have to worry about having the materials we need to do the infusion process. And once we do, we can start racing through material, getting some enchanted fabric and doing some other stuff. And I keep meaning to get these goggles. I've got to make these goggles so that I'm no longer walking around with this ring in my face. This is so obtrusive. I know that's probably not the right word, but it fits for me. It's just obnoxious. I really don't like the fact that you have to go that far into Thaumcraft in order to get it. But let me work on this a bit, and yeah. Okay, everybody, I'm back, and this has actually been a couple of days for me. Yeah, because you could probably hear before my voice was going out a little bit. So I got my goggles on, obviously, and I got my little V discount. I went through and took those wands, and I filled them all up, and I've been using them, and we've got some pretty cool discoveries. For instance, there's some new nodes kind of popping up around the base. There's this one here. Oh, wait, here's this one. This one's pretty good for, I haven't scanned it yet, a lot of water and some fire. But there's one, I'll look like one there for a minute. There's one in particular I'm really excited about. And it's not this one, although this one's cool. It's got some ordo, some water, and some air in it. It's this one. What is this one? This is a hungry node. You can tell simply because it's pulling me. That's not my keyboard. It's pulling me. This just spawned in yesterday, as a matter of fact, which is a day between, the day between when I started recording and today. So, yeah, I'm like super excited, but we've got a problem with it. It is a fading node. I don't know how that's going to react when I try to move it, but I did want to try to keep it. I encased it in obsidian for now, just because I want to make sure that I don't get killed, basically. But I did set it up so we could wand of equal trading it if we wanted to into glass and then quickly turn it over into a jarred node. Now, we're not in a position to jar any nodes at this point in time at the moment because I need a bigger and better wand. So I talked about getting those goggles revealing, which I did do, and I did get some wands, and I have a total of 4, I think, gold-banded great wood wands. There we go. That's like a tongue twister. But anyway, I've got 4 of them, and I filled them all up, and I've been using them a little bit here, a little bit there. And I set up the infusion altar, which is not terribly difficult to do. We'll look at it real quick. Under Artifice, the infusion altar. First off, you need the runic matrix, which is just some arcane stone, some shards, and ender pearl. And then you need pedestals, which we were making those already. And you need these arcane stone bricks, which is basically just 4 arcane stone in a grid right here. And then you right click it with a wand and blah-dow. You have this really amazing animation. Now I did pick up the torches, and I used some of the block lighting from my Sigil of the Blood lamp in order to light the place up. So what I found is that I need a bigger, better wand, and the wand I'm looking for is the Silverwood wand. Now it holds up to 100V of each type, which is huge because a lot of the higher end recipes need like 60, 70V in order to craft the item with your wand. So I need all of these shards, obviously, but the big one I needed was some V. And we had already made this alchemical furnace with these alembics on top. So then it became a situation of, okay, well, how do I get the V I need into some jars? What can I do? And I came up with the ingenious notion of setting up a spawner specifically for Wisp. I went out and found one of those spawners that are set up with the obsidian pedestal, and it has the little Wisp spawner at the bottom of it and a chest on top of it. So I dug it out, I broke the spawner, made an automated spawner, and bang bang, we're here. I've got 4 grinders set up, and I've got everything feeding into this file cabinet. Now it's a little weird because it's not showing the updated numbers, which I don't know if that's a bug with extra utilities or what. But nonetheless, this thing is full. But so we took some of those, like the Precantatio and some of the other stuff, and we cooked it off in our alembic, and we got a ton of aurum, sorry. Each one of those shards you cook off give you the main element, 2 of it, plus 2 aurum. So I went through and I cooked off a bunch of them, and then I found I needed more Precantatio than I had essences for at the time. So then I did some ender pearls, and that's where I ended up getting the Eider and the alienness from. I accidentally threw in some of these glass files, and that's where I got the vacuous from. So, but anyway, we have enough of this stuff that we can finally kind of get this enchantment underway. So I'm just going to put these jars around. Let's see, I need Terra, that, and of course that. We're not really in a position where we have to worry about stabilization. I'm missing one. I am missing... Not... Oh, Perdicio. Yes, I'm missing you, sir. Good sir. Get over here. Alright, there we go. I'm not really in a position where I have to worry about stabilization at this point with this setup. But just in case, we went through and built a platform under here. And, yeah, we have it covered in skeleton skulls. And they'll all provide stability to the runic altar when we start getting into bigger, badder things. The other thing I'm going to do is probably just from a design aspect, put some like compound crystals and some other stuff. So we need some shards. We need some shards. We need, we'll just grab a stack of each. Water, earth, air. Let's see, we need entropy, which I think is Perdicio. Basically. That's those 6. And then we need, it wants balance shards. So let's take a look at that real quick. Balance in the shard. Is that basic? Is it? It's not. Alchemy, there we go. Have I gotten that far? Have I gotten that far? We'll find out. Okay, yeah, so if we take a shard and we have each of the different elements in the crucible, 2 will get us a balanced shard. So let's look how we can do that. Actually, let me cut away and get the stuff together for that, and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and I've got our little crucible hooked up to our water tank here. So let's get some balance shards. That's 1. And let's get some free thaumium. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, some free thaumium. And I wonder, how many of these do we need total? I got 3. How many balance shards do we need to make our wand? Where are we? Artifice. Nope, it's this one. This one, oh, we only need 1. Okay, alright. Well then, what we're going to do is, we're going to go ahead and break it and let it float out. Just one little bit, won't matter. Okay. And we'll leave this here for next time. Alright. So, let's see, we got our order shard. We got our fire, our entropy, our air. Let's see here. Earth. Water. Come on. And balanced. We've already done. Or did we do order? We did order. Okay, let's do our balance shard. And now, how much mana do we need for this? To activate this? It doesn't say. Alright, but that's definitely a silverwood log. And we may end up making 2, to be honest with you. That way we can make sure we have plenty of stored V. Whoops. We want this one. Let's grab a fully full. That one's fully full. And here we go. We'll keep an eye on it. Make sure we don't lose any shards. Everything's pretty balanced around the process here. Alright. So, still pulling the V. Let's get these shards on our hotbar just in case. Go, go, gadget, go. Alright. Now it should be pulling shards. Alright. Fire. There goes the water one. Here goes the earth. Order, yep, that's the order one. And the Predictio one, the entropy. Bang, there we go. And we got our brand new silverwood rod, which we can use to make a wand. I wonder, do I have enough of the elements? I don't quite have enough to make another one, but that's okay. I'll make it separately here. Now, I've got some thaumium. Can we make some thaumium caps? I wonder. Let's check that out. Might as well go top tier if we can. Oh, we need Orium and Precantatio. So, oops, I can only make one of those. What am I missing? Vacuous. And we're going to make that. And, alright, we got 6 of those. How many do we need? Let's check our book. Oh, and now we need 3 Aurum. Let's go. Alright, there's our Aurum. Now we got to get back our Precantatio. Whoops. We need Potentia. And now we got it. Alright, so we can do our research. There we go. We got thaumium wand caps. We can make those. And then we've got to make Salus Mundus, which is cooking a balanced shard. And I have some balanced shards. Alright, so what I'm going to do between this time and next is I'm going to work on getting another wand together. We're going to get some of our Salus Mundus, which we need to make our thaumium caps. And we'll get these 2 wands together, and hopefully next time we can start working on relocating some nodes over here. I would like to start feeding this hungry node to see if we can't stabilize it and do some other things. So, yeah, until next time, guys, thanks again for watching. Yeah, take it easy. Bye-bye.